Anyone who's fettled with cars knows all about that job. That job's going to take 5 minutes, and it ends up taking hours and hours and hours. But then there are jobs that you've done before, you know the job, and supposedly they're going to be easy. Be a jiffy, fix it, all done. And that's when it gets really frustrating, because then something happens and you can't properly do it. This is one of those cases. As you can see, this bulb is not working. That one is. I began to take care of this over a week ago and I still haven't fixed it. Keep on watching to find out why. Now, of course, the first thing to do is to remove the offending article. And for this, I'm going to have to remove this cover here. Ow. There we are. Now, if I can bring you in closer, first thing is to remove that plug there. There. And undo this wing nut. There you go. Plastic wing nut. Can you see that? Let me have a look. That thing there. Like so. There we are. And put that in my pocket. And now, this should come out. There you see. There we are. Here is what we want. And we want to remove this thing here in the middle. One tab, another tab. Hopefully that's visible. And out it comes. Hopefully that was all filmed. This is the offending article. Now, this is the reason why it took so long. I tried to source these bulbs. They're R5W bulbs, and they have a BA15S fitting. S means single instead of double. I went to all sorts of stores looking for them. The only store that I finally found one in was an auto parts store. Cost €4 for 2 bloody bulbs. And I wasn't about to give €4 of my hard-earned cash for 2 halogen bulbs, so I got some LEDs. Thing is, these are red LEDs, red ones, because if they were white, I think they would have been too strong. So, first thing is to test, because I always say LEDs have polarity. They only work with the current going in a given direction. So, let's give it a test. Bingo. I'm going to put it back so we can compare to the other side. So, that's all clicked back into place. Now what I have to do is just put it back nice and lightly. Where did I put that wing nut? And just screw it up. Simple as that. Of course, don't forget at the end to reconnect the loom. That's important. So now for the moment of truth. Oh. Let me diminish the exposure. This way, yes it is. It doesn't look that bad, in all honesty. Yeah, the camera can't really pick up the nuances of this, but that looks all right. Tell you what, I'm going to turn on the fog lights, see if the contrast makes any difference. Yeah, the camera really can't pick up the nuances, but that looks all right, at least on camera. And even in the flesh, in the metal, so to speak, I don't think anyone would be bothered if they were behind me. If I was behind me, oh, I'd be fine. I'm going to swap out this one as well, because I think that will help. So this is what it looks like with both bulbs replaced. These are both LEDs. In a nutshell, do I recommend them? Well, yes. First off, they look okay. Second, they probably will last longer. They are LEDs. That remains to be seen. And third, most important, it was very cheap. €1.69 for the pair. Good deal compared to €4 for some regular halogen bulbs from the auto parts store. Thing is, this was an absolute palaver, and that's what I'm trying to get at. R5W bulbs seem to be rare, or is it just where I live? Let me know in the comments below. So yeah, this is one of those very small jobs that turned out to be an unexpected ball ache. So, thanks very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, share, etc. Begin to click on all the crap on screen, please. It's very entertaining. There's a merch shop and some videos. I bid you all farewell.